What's up, nail geeks? Today I have the final installment of my PolishCon exclusive series to show you guys today. That is with the caveat that I do have one more. However, that will not be on the fairy site, and I will give you guys more details on that in a few days. So here is Leesha's lacquers. These are prototypes and exclusives to the con that are currently on the fairy service, available right now on that site. So let's get started with some swatches. First up, we have Bayou Beignet. Official description is a cream-colored crelly with a multitude of rainbow flakies in various sizes. So this one feels a little bit on the medium to light feel to me on the formula. It does apply very smooth on the nail. I would describe the base color as almost a nude lean, so it's definitely like a cream color. I would consider it more of like an ivory type of white, if that makes sense. There are a lot of flakes to be seen here, and they come up in those lovely golds and purples and greens. I didn't have any problems with them laying flat on the nail for me, and as usual, I do give my bottles a good shake before applying, and I had no problems picking them up on the brush. So here you can see on that third coat, I did have very nice opacity. I will note that if you have a very bright free edge like me, on that third coat, you might see just a touch of your visible nail line still showing in bright lights, though in person it's not quite as apparent. After top coating, I had no texture whatsoever, and I did use a glossy top coat just to kind of seal in those flakes and give me all of those types of shifts that I'll see with them. Next up is Happy to be Bayou. Official description is a cool-based purple with gold shimmer, gold flakies, and pink to green aurora shift. I can't talk today, apparently. So the base color on this one is definitely a rich grape-like purple, very, very flattering. It's got a cool tone to it, so if you've got warm tones like me, it'll definitely pop on you. So the shimmer in here is of the smaller particle variety, so it gives you a lovely, lovely sparkle all over. And you'll see it just shift from this lovely green mostly, and then you'll see it go over to a nice pinky shift on extreme angles. So they are scattered quite a bit in a dense manner across the nail, and then there's also those gold flakes to be seen in here as well. So those are of the smaller variety as well. So it just gives you this overall kind of a slight metallic feel. So here on that third coat, you're really seeing that green shimmer come out to play. And for opacity on this one, I'm going to say between 2 and 3 coats, though personally I would go in with 3 thin coats because as you're seeing here, I had very nice coverage on that third coat. I did go in with a glossy top coat on the full hand shot, and you can see how everything was just smooth sailing, very nice glassy like effect in the final look. Next is Crawdad. Official description is a neon purple with a touch of aurora pigment and rainbow color shifting flakies in various sizes. So this type of shade for the base color, I would describe almost flirting with a magenta. It's very, very bright in person, very, very pretty, very rich as well. So I think on my video here, it is blowing it up and making it look really warm. I do apologize about that. My camera was just latching on to that shimmer. So in person, it's definitely cool toned, and I would describe it as a definite neon purple, but like I said, it does have a cool tone magenta feel to it as well. For opacity on this one, I'm going to say between 2 and 3 coats, and you're going to be good to go. Now this one also has those smaller flakes in it, and they shift in all types of light colors, so greens and pinks and blues and purples. And after top coating with a glossy top coat, I had no texture whatsoever, and I was good to go. Next is Crawfish, Crayfish, Crawdad. Official description is a stunningly bright red with a red shimmery glow. So this is one that on my swatches, I felt like my swatches were leaning way blown up and they were looking kind of orangey on my monitor. So I do apologize about that. I do feel like the video is way more color accurate. In person, this is a very intense, almost like a cherry red, I would describe. It's very bright, but it is a cool toned type of red. So in person, there is strong shimmer to be seen here. It mostly gives it more of a glowy type of feel. And as you're seeing here on the buildup, you can kind of get a feel for just how much shimmer is here. And there's also flakes to be seen here as well, and they shift between purples and greens and golds. So there's a light sparkle overall, and then the shimmer is just loaded up here. On the full hand shot, I am wearing a glossy top coat and I had no texture whatsoever. Next is Dawn the Mite Mississippi. Official description is a neon orange with green contrasting shimmer and a ton of multi-chrome flakies. So this one was a super fun color in my opinion. I feel like it's kind of color accurate on my monitor here. It is just blowing up and coming off super like eye searing. It definitely is very, very bright in person, but just note I feel like it's leaning a little bit red here. So it's definitely a true neon orange in my opinion. So there is a very strong green, almost golden type glow here from shimmer, and then there's orange to purple flakes here as well. They are in the smaller variety as well, and they laid down nice and flat for me. I had no problems with them. So this is a wonderful neon in that you don't have to wear a white undie with it, and it builds up very quickly. For opacity, I'm going to say between 2 and 3 coats. And here on the full hand shot, once again, I'm wearing a glossy top coat, and I am good to go. Next up is Fais Do Do. Official description is an intensely flaky filled purple multichrome with purple to blue shifting flakies. This can be worn on its own or as a topper. So I decided to wear this one on its own just to kind of see what all it can do. As you're seeing here on that first coat, I did go in just a little bit too heavy in my opinion. I do feel like if you wear it as a topper, it's going to be very dense on the nail. Definitely give a nice smoked out effect along with this just multitude of flakes over your base. But if you do wear it on its own, I would definitely say it's opaque within 2 to 3 coats. On this second coat here, you'll see the buildup. I probably didn't need to go to a third coat. However, I wanted to even out my nails as sometimes when I'm painting and doing the videos on my middle nail versus the other nails, I'll kind of, I don't know, I'll go a little light on one nail and then I need to even it out. So definitely 2 to 3 coats if you want to wear it on its own. Otherwise, if you're going to use it over an undie, then it's going to be a very dense topper. So this one is super sparkly. There's lots and lots of flakes to be seen here. They shift in all types of colors. As you guys have seen, the general theme of Polish Con NOLA so far has been, you know, lots of Mardi Gras type of colors. This is no exception. So definitely a very rich, almost dark blue base going on here, and then just lots of metallic flakes. I did go in just a touch heavier with my top coat and I had no texture whatsoever. Next is from MPLS to LA. Official description is a bright neon blue with rainbow flakies and larger flakies that shift from pink to purple. I really love this color. It's such a beautiful blue. So this is color accurate on my monitor on the playback here. It's very, very intense. Almost, I dare say, it's just flirting with being that really, really bright neon. It is bright in person, just almost like a sky blue, if you will, with maybe even a bit of like a cyan type of shade to it. Very, very pretty. I feel like my swatches were just kind of a little bit light. So if you do look at my blog post, please note that my swatches on there are just a touch lighter than what you're seeing in person. I feel like the video is just a slightly better representation of it. So this one also has lots of flakies in here. They shift from all types of definitely neon type colors. So I'm seeing greens and pinks and purples and golds. Very, very pretty. The flakes are of the smaller variety as well, so they'll give you a nice little twinkle overall. And after top coating with a glossy top coat, I had no texture. And next we have Pouvoir Foi Justice. I do apologize if I'm saying that wrong. This is representing the 3 colors of Mardi Gras. This flaky filled polish has purple, gold, and green flakies with a small amount of hollow shimmer. So this one I feel like could definitely go as a topper as well, though I did want to wear it on its own just to kind of give one of those naked sparkly type looks. I do love seeing those types, so that's kind of where I was going with it. If you do wear it over a undie of some type, I do feel like it's going to be a really dense topper here as well. So as you're seeing on that first coat here, it's just very lovely coverage overall. Their flakies go from, I would say, medium to small size, so they're all over the place in size. And on that second coat here, it just really, really built up like crazy. So I definitely think you could wear this on its own. I think it's beautiful on its own, or as a dense topper. So in person, these flakes will give you all of those lovely shifts of the Mardi Gras colors between golds and purples, and definitely greens. So in my opinion, I think this is very versatile. There's lots to be seen on this one. And after top coating with a glossy top coat that you're seeing here, I had no texture whatsoever. And finally we have VOODOO. Official description is a deep purple based holo with a blue to pink to gold multi-chrome effect. So this one has a very rich feel on the application. It does apply very nicely on the nail, super smooth. I would describe this one as a deep purple. However, I do feel like there's almost an indigo feel on the buildup, which you'll see here in a moment. So this one, I would say 2 coats for full opacity. Like I said, it does build up very quickly. This has a lot of holographic effect to it. It is linear in person, and then there's lots of lovely little tiny little flakes in here that shift as well. So you'll see those mostly come off as a golden color, and then on extreme angles you'll see them almost like a pinky color. So very, very interesting. I did go in with a glossy top coat on this one, and I had no texture whatsoever with it. So just a lovely holo overall with just a little extra oomph to it. Now all of these polishes are currently on the Fairy service, as well as the other videos I have done so far. So be sure to check out the rest of the videos on my channel to see swatch application of many other polishes that are currently on the site. I'll link you guys to that below. You do have until tomorrow, Monday, April 8th at midnight Eastern time to grab them. Otherwise they are gone for good. So definitely check that out. I also have written reviews of each of them, each of the brands in my blog post, which I'll link below as well. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.